help but talk in a whisper when I'm here. You need a permit to enter Batal, but they've become quite difficult to acquire of late, unless you're a merchant. Mind, rumor has it that it's easier for... That's led to some people. Come to think of it, I've nary a clue. Everyone's busy with their own affairs.
Have no fear, Master. I'll fare all right without you for a little while.
'Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
Everyone's busy with their own affairs, I see. Everyone's busy with their own affairs, I see.
Now here's a surprise.
At least all our efforts weren't for naught.
Ah! I'll have to remember to tell my own master about this.
If no one will do it in my stead, then I suppose I have little choice but to obey.
This calls for a curative.
Feels eerie with no one about. Oh, someone talked about this.
What delights might there be to find in town today? Can't say I've any tidings to share.
There's a ladder here.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad to assist you. Have you found any of the items we discussed, perchance? Do come again. Look as long as you please.
Aye, this year's
Suppose I can visit the
let's push, and I'll be done for the day. Quite the predicament.
Is this a challenge, Arisen, to see who can keep pace?
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
I'm strong and my mind sharp.
This is most Oh, I can't complain.
I don't believe I've had the pleasure, sir.
Everyone's busy with their own affairs, I see. Feels eerie with no one about.
Do you know how long you'll be? I only asked so that I might adopt the most effective stance to recuperate my strength.
'Tis not our place to hurry the arisen.
What am I to do?
Our soldiers need better.
Feels eerie with no one about.
Won't someone do aught about this? So what'll it be? Not to twist your arm, but this is a rare opportunity to own a bit of property in Vermont. Well, you needn't decide this very... Quite the predicament.
I must be vigilant. The townspeople.
By your command, arisen.
Silence cultivates.
I've more time than I know how to spend. Quite the predicament.
Oh, could use a rest.
A lonely place.
Good to see you. Those garments you gave me had a marked effect. Albert set off to work the moment he saw them, and he's been working steadily e'er since. I ne'er thought I'd see the day. To be frank, I've not the slightest interest in the man, but he can surely benefit this city much more by performing an honest duty than by begging on the streets. In short, you've done us all a service. Pray, allow me to show my appreciation. Greetings.
This is where I come when life gets overwhelming.
Fie!
I thought I was being careful. How'd she find me out? I suppose there's no escaping it now. Oh, Selena. How I miss you. I suppose there's no... Oh, Selena.
Will someone do aught about this?
A ladder, is it? How convenient.
Ah, excellent find.
Whatever it is, I'll have...
This room fills my heart with a gentle peace. Is it because I'm with you, Master?
Let me be.
Welcome to Pure, and quality is what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the... Many thanks. I appreciate the...
Well met, son. How might I be of service?
Need anything?
Stop by again soon.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
Browsing was enough to scratch the itch, in my case.
How are we to find such worn out gear?
Not without its charms.
So dull when there's nothing doing.
Dead on my
Very well. I shall await further orders. I shall take this opportunity to observe our surroundings.
Yes, sir.
Ah, forgive me. If that's not the case, you...
Barely drag my arse out of bed.
Oh, could use a rest.
not without its charms.
All's well here. I'd best move on. Oh, I'm in fine.
There's comfort in
About time I taught that dullard a lesson.
Wish I
Just remember, I've somewhere to be.
Yes, sir. Have you procured what I asked? Splendid. You've my gratitude. Unfortunately, I can give you little more than that. Forgive me, but I must return to my rounds directly. Ah, but in place of a reward, mayhap I could give you a tour of the premises. Only if you've the time and inclination, of course. What say you? As servants of the gracious hand, we provide whate'er treatment we can to those unfortunate who are stricken by maladies. Yet, at times, 'tis not enough. Perhaps you will recall the parents who were here when you first arrived. An unfortunate pair. They've suffered no few hardships in the slums, and now even their poor son Lubomir has fallen ill. By chance, he was examined by a roaming man claiming to be a doctor. Yet, the family had not the money for the medicine he required. So, he was put into our care.
I shall gladly aid you if 'tis within my power.
Here he is. This young man is Lubomir. We've been administering the medicine recommended by the doctor who examined him, but he has yet to show any sign of recovery. To be perfectly honest, I doubt the soundness of that so-called doctor's judgment. After all, there is no shortage of ne'er-do-wells out there, willing to claim their medicine the only cure, that they might inflate its price. But I suppose I ought not say such things so openly. At any rate, I'd best continue on my rounds. Pray, stay as long as you wish. Come, come. We've medicine to prepare. We've enough to make a fresh batch now, thanks to a kind donation.
Psst! You there. Help me. Listen, the sisters here are good to us, but I'm growing weaker day by day. It started with a slight fever, and now I can scarce lift myself up. See that empty bed? An old man was lying in it till just a few days past. He told me he was feeling better, that he'd be well enough to leave anon. And now he's... Mayhap I'm just imagining things. I hope that's the case. And yet... Gah... Something isn't right about this place. Pray, should you hear any queer rumors about the Gracious Hand, come tell me of them, won't you? I'd see to it myself, but I can hardly move.
Troubles fester in the people's
Perfect spot for a kip. Wickedness has no hold upon it.
I've clean forgotten. Perhaps you've a moment to spare, an ear to lend. I pray... talk to. Mine is a life devoted
I must
to
be
humble
grateful.
prayer.
At least I have a full belly.
My talents lie in combining materials, and I'll use those in my possession to craft things for you in my spare time. This is a place of prayer. Do keep your voice low.
A moment's prayer. A moment's prayer can. Wickedness has no hold on a tranquil mind. I need not strive to know the other.
No dawdling. The Arisen calls.
Understood.
Each of our patients deserves our full attention. Would that we had more hands to aid us. Might you be a friend of Lubomir's? He's seen better days, hasn't he? There has been talk of sending him down to the basement, should his condition fail to improve. That is, the basement sick room, where our most critical patients convalesce under the Abbess's care. None of the other sisters are permitted entry, including myself. Teles, she gives the patients a special medicine. I know not what kind. At times I hear strange cries and moans drift up from below. Which is to be expected. Those who come here suffer all manner of afflictions, you see. And yet, a part of me is afeared for them. I do hope naught befalls Lubomir. I should like to see him walk out of here and...
Wish I had someone to talk to.
So, the worst of us are taken to the basement. Mayhap that's the source of the queer voices I hear at night. And none save the Abbess can enter? If the gracious hand has a secret, 'tis the Abbess who keeps it, I reckon. You've done this much for me. Would you be willing to go further? I must find out what goes on down there. Oh, you've my thanks. I just can't stomach the thought of lying here not knowing. Of course, all the better should your search come to naught. But if you do find aught amiss down in that basement, it must be the Abbess's doing. Should you find evidence fit to implicate her, will you help me see to it that justice is carried out? See, I've already reported my suspicions to the Sentinels, and we've arranged a signal. If you apprehend the Abbess, they'll know to come and arrest her. So I beg you, sir, find the evidence you need, if it exists to be found.
What about this reeks of a plot? Let us gather evidence that we might expose it.
Right you are.
I know not why, but the words basement sick room set my hair on end. Shall we investigate?
Splendid.
quiet, but I like it.
May the heavens
I end up feeling
I must confess, naught rattles me quite so much as the unexpected snuffing of my lantern light.
I dare say that's part and parcel of the adventurous trade.
I shall do as you say. We have found a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
It's you again. What are you doing now? Yeah? What is it?
find such solace in prayer. I fear I've much to attend.
Might I beg but a moment of your time? A moment's prayer can do a world of good.
How might we enter the base?
I fear I've much to.
I have noticed that the abbess goes out every night without fail. Perhaps you could wait for her to leave and slip into the basement sick room there.
Dirt, sweat, and toil, each day's more the same. The moment I lay down my garden, I'm done. I'm surrounded by winches on all sides.
Would that I ne'er had to leave.
Want to try to enjoy life where and when I can.
Still a while to go before my shift's over.
A tad roundy, but that's not. Blade, I'll gladly stay a while.
You're worrying, you aren't living, I say.
Can't stomach places like this.
Oh, I could use a rest.
I fancy a kip, but not at the expense of my duty.
I've trained for this.
Ought to take a moment to replenish my strength.
Oh, and steady.
I'm nodding off where I stand.
Actually stay on road.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
One hopes these carts offer comfort commensurate to their costs.
I'll have an early supper.
At least my back's not acting up today.
When does my watch end?
This looks as good a place as any.
This might be worth a read.
Let's have a look then.
Gotta crack a few skulls if you want to be topped off.
Suppose that's enough for one day.
It is my duty to.
Nothing ever seems to happen round here.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
I need it. I need it.
Oh, someone help me. Jahan? Bruno, where have you gone?
found some evidence, but there might be more to discover. Let us scour every inch of this room.
Not a bad idea.
So rotten. It's been a hard day.
This place gives me an ill feeling. Wish I had someone to talk to.
Got to crack a few skulls.
Mysteries, this.
This inspires...
A common reward. Frustratingly so.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
I haven't seen my husband in some time. You wouldn't happen to know what's become of him, would you, sir?
How can he be so cold? Where are we to...
Lady Eleanor's a goodly person, a saint-like. Her earnest care saw me back to full health. I wavered between life and death for quite some time in that basement sick room, and she watched o'er me through it all, bless her. Can't say as I miss that basement, mind. 'Tis an eerie place, dark and shadowy, filled with the moaning of the sick. Suppose 'tis only to be expected, given the state of those assembled. I'm sure I was moaning. Interested in my wares? Aye, that Lady Eleanor is a goodly person.
Elena? Ah, yes. The abbess of the Gracious Hand. A fine woman by all accounts. I was in her care once myself. But I must admit, I've always felt there's something off about her. You see, I was only a little under the weather when I entered her care. But then I started getting sicker and sicker till I was certain death would come for me. In the end, I survived, but methinks I was one of the lucky few. And once, I saw her, the abbess, meeting with a strange man. She handed him a large parcel, all wrapped up, and he gave her something small in return. You'd think 'twere medicine, but I'd not have bought medicine from a man like that. He had the look of a scoundrel about him. They were whispering, but I did hear one of them say aught about keeping quiet. 'Tis well. Where'd they meet? 'Twas in the square in the eastern part of the common quarter, and always a night, as I recall.
I'm going to go exploring.
My bed.
Sharp is
I overheard some of the soldiers standing guard outside the palace, discussing a curious rumor.
Regarding the Queen Regent and an important personage, you mean?
Aye. Telly's. Her ties to this figure from the neighbouring country have a romantic tint.
Here.
Aye, this is plenty. Lord Phaesus is like to be in your debt. Nicely done. Suppose it can't have been easy to procure this much so quickly.
You suppose wrong. I command their full faith. 'Tis simple for me to extract what I require.
Ha! You're a fearsome one. Here's hoping I ne'er end up in your care.
Enough. I gave you yours, now you give me mine. I'd not be seen here with you.
Ah, of course. Wouldn't want to hurt the Lady Saint's image in the eyes of the common folk, would we? Here's your special medicine.
Glad we understand each other. Till next time.
Aye, be seeing you.
This is not the first we've heard of Lord Phaesus. What could his aim be, I wonder?
That's odd.
Still not come.
I quite like it here.
Not to look forward to, but a long hair one.
Them nobles do nothing.
There's one to do.
I've just remembered. I've somewhere to be.
I've got left for my 8.
I can make no sense of this.
You're back. Pray, tell me, have you found anything? These look like records of treatment. Johann and Bruno. I know these two. They left here not long ago, fit as a pair of fiddles. I recall them being especially meek to the abbess. Mayhap that's what got them out safely. At any rate, they may know aught of use. Loath as I am to ask more of you, perhaps you would speak to them in my stead? You're back. Pray, tell me, have you found anything? I have noticed that the abbess goes out every night.
What teachings might salve the people's will?
I fear I've much to attend to. I fear I've much to...
Chaos in the world begins.
The pursuit...
I'm going to go exploring.
Must have taken a wrong turn. As soon as my shift's done, I'm off to the
Townspeople.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
After you, Arisen.
A moment's prayer can do a world of good.
Boots laced, belt strapped. I'm ready for trouble.
Mind?
Can't help but talk in a whisper.
Let me get that.
So tight. I'd kip just about anywhere.
Ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
They can be most convenient, though they only travel during the day.
Any loose coin about? Enough to make a ditch?
I've been tiring, even if you've noticed it.
I'd gladly stay here forever. I must strive for a higher understanding.
Must we beg for guidance?
Perfect spot for a kid.
Little kindness is all I ask, Mike.
And here we are, in the blink of an eye. Shall we take stock of our surroundings?
Well then, son, how might I be of service? Not to hope for a bigger haul today.
There's no see before a customer comes.
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. Knowing when to use curatives is my...
Welcome to browse my wares. Aye. Aye. Good luck. For so long as we are united in our resolve.